highly disturbing scenes from Kim's cartoons and films. This video also contains flashing lights and dark content. Viewer discretion advised. Number 18. My Peeps. Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
When Billy ruins his eyes by playing too much in video games and looking directly into the sun, Mandy and Grim suggest that he see an optician. However, when Billy refuses wearing glasses or having laser surgery, Grim uses his own scythe to zap his eyes. Now, although Billy now has clean eyesight, he can also see glimpses of the future, specifically horrific accidents that occur to his friends. In consequence, Grim zaps Billy's eyes multiple times to restore them to normal. In the end, Billy ends up with some extremely weird and strange looking eyes.
Number 17. Speed Demon. Powerpuff Girls.
In this episode, a race home from school finds the girls breaking the speed of light traveling to an alternate future, where the day that they traveled to in the future meant that they disappeared from history, leaving the world 50 years in their absence, leaving everything in the clutches of their most evil enemy, him. This is perhaps the most disturbing and scariest scene in the Powerpuff Girls cartoons. The hellish future of Townsville shows a destroyed and abandoned town, with its citizens in a zombie-like state. The mayor dies unexpectedly, and Professor Utonium was trying to reconstruct the girls again, but he ends up being too scared by the girls' sudden appearance in the future.
Number 16. Clown Dream. Brave Little Toaster.
The Brave Little Toaster certainly had its share of scary scenes, including the one with the air conditioner. This one takes the cake. The toaster dreams about an evil, murderous clown who kills his owner, and wishes to kill him next. In this hellish nightmare, the toaster attempts to escape, but the clown unleashes some very strange and scary horrors upon the toaster, a truly terrifying and hellish scene.
Number 15. Transformation Scene. Snow White.
There's something phenomenally creepy about the transformation of the Queen into the Hag, even beyond the obvious. Shortly after she drinks the potion, she really seems to have a problematic moment where she realises she probably shouldn't have done this. The chalice drops from her hand and shatters on the floor, and she clutches at her own throat. The room begins to swirl and spin. The music grows intense, and we don't even feel as though we're in the dungeon anymore. Interestingly enough, we're only allowed to witness 2 of the physical transformations, her long black hair turning white, and her hands twisting into something almost skeletal. When her voice grows decidedly hag-like, however, she suddenly seems quite pleased with herself, almost as though an entirely different persona has taken over.
Number 14. Bimbo's Initiation.
Bimbo's Initiation is filled with desperate characters dealing with an unstable, even hostile universe. After being swallowed by a manhole and locked in by a demonic Mickey Mouse, Bimbo finds himself in a dungeon inhabited by a pseudo-Masonic group with chamber pots on their heads who chant, "Wanna be a member? Wanna be a member?" When Bimbo refuses, he is thrown into a labyrinth filled with surrealistic tortures, while the Lodge brothers continue to chant, "Wanna be a member?"
Number 13. Transformation Scene. Pinocchio.
Disney's Pinocchio contains a handful of twisted scenes, most notably when the boys on Pleasure Island become donkeys, and when Pinocchio talks to strangers and know it's going to turn out badly. Incidentally, it's the original Pinocchio books that contain the mind-warping stuff.
Number 12. Perfect. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
When Courage can't do anything right, an old teacher appears before him, decides to train him strictly into becoming a perfect dog. When asked to dream and sleep perfectly, Courage begins dreaming of disturbing and strange dreams. The dreams are a mixture of 3D graphics and strange art style.
Number 11. Undead Army. The Black Cauldron.
The Black Cauldron is by far Disney's scariest and darkest movie. It features Disney's most terrifying villain, the Horned King. He wants to capture the legendary Black Cauldron, a dark and evil artifact, and he plans to use it to create an undead army of warriors. Now, in a surprising turn, the Horned King actually manages to capture the cauldron. The scene in which he raises the dead, skeletal warriors is very scary. They shamble out, their mouths open, their bodies lanking behind them. There's also a very distortive visual effect added to the animation, so everything seems a bit blurred. Seeing the undead army march out of the castle is quite scary, especially for a young child.
Number 10. Tales of War and Paranoia. While a cartoon.
The cartoon itself was twisted, shocking, and filled with bizarre material. We learn that he was once a sweet, peaceful earthworm that loved nature and humanity. That is, until a stupid human stomped him almost to death with his golf shoes and his car. Later the worm wants to poison the human's face, while his girlfriend Sally watches, worried about him.
Watch out, Sally.
He refuses her pleads, which leads to him dropping the bucket onto his own face. And the scene after is the most shocking and disturbing.
Number 9. Night on Bald Mountain. Fantasia.
It's the final segment. Night on Bald Mountain ranks as one of Disney's more purely gross sequences. The demon Chernobog summons hordes of demons, skeletons, zombies, witches and goblins who perform at his whim. When he tries tired of these servants, he sends them down to be destroyed in a pit of lava.
Number 8. Rabbit Rabies. Watership Down.
What more can I say about this film? It may seem like a family film from the cover, but it really is a dark and twisted cartoon that shows the dangers of being a rabbit. Probably the most disturbing parts of the scenes are the rabid rabbits that attack the horde. No words can describe it.
Number 7. The Adventures of Mark Twain.
The Adventures of Mark Twain was a clay motion film that experienced limited popularity, which is good, because if more people had seen it, we might have had scores of new suicides. In the single most terrifying moment in all of children's cinema, 3 children meet Satan, the devil himself. He then proceeds to terrify them and provide them a lesson on the petty cruelty of man and the violence God inflicts on his creations. Buckle yourself in. There is nothing cute about this. I will guarantee you this will terrify you. Now imagine a 9-year-old watching it.
We could make more sometime, if we need them.
Number 6. Remember the Eddie, who framed Roger Rabbit.
In the film, we realise Doom is actually a cartoon, and is, in fact, the toon responsible for killing Eddie Valiant's brother, which would be fine if Doom actually was a cartoon. Instead, he became a terrifying mix of Christopher Lloyd and animation, with a high-pitched, terrifying squeal. Not fully human or cartoon, Judge Doom existed in a weird sort of stasis that existed solely to scare the crap out of 6-year-olds.
Number 5. Boat Trip. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. 1971.
Almost every aspect of Willy Wonka has some off-putting element about it, and while we're introduced to Wonka fairly late in the film, the boat trip scene immediately alerts us that shit just got real. Disturbing images, like a chicken's head being chopped off and a giant millipede crawling over a woman's face, are mixed with dazzling psychedelic colours and a droning song sung by Wonka.
Number 4. Driver. Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure is such an innocent, kid-friendly film. You wouldn't expect anything scary from it, right? Well, you're quite wrong. In his big screen debut, Pee-wee, after losing his bike, tries to hitch a ride to get into town. He's picked up by a creepy bus driver named Marge, but then she starts talking about this ghost story about a road accident. Not too bad, right? After describing what the body looked like, she pulls off a face so crazy, so freaky, so disturbing, that this face alone puts it high up on this list.
Number 3. King Ramses. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
When Courage finds a rare slab stolen from a mummy's tomb, Eustace's greed of keeping it causes the mummy's ghost to bring forth his ancient curses. This scene exhibits some of the most scariest scenes used in the series. King Ramses has a strange demonic voice that echoes, and its actual appearance is that of a 3D animated model, which seems out of place from the rest of the cartoon, and this is what gives its strange foreboding appearance.
Number 2. Stampede and Flow. Ren and Stampy Show.
Ren has always been a creepily insane character, but his best act comes here. In the scene he threatens to kill a sleeping Stimpy because he's jealous of his fan club, it starts to be insane, creepy, disturbing music. The bed scene is where things suddenly get darker, creepier, more disturbing, more frightening and scary. You really just can't believe it's a Nickelodeon show.
Just one quick twist, and it's over. Just one.
Number 1. Pink Elephant Parade. Dumbo.
The pink elephants on parade scene on Dumbo is supposed to be Dumbo's reaction to getting accidentally drunk, which could only mean that animators in 1941 had a much stronger booze than what we have today. After waking up in a sea of alcohol-infused nightmares, Timothy the Mouse confesses that Dumbo could fly. And this scene is pretty damn disturbing for many people back in the day. And even now, it is still unnerving to watch.